My phone buzzed for the third time in 10 minutes. It was Mom again. I watched it skitter across my desk, my stomach tightening into knots. After it stopped, I counted 12 before I dared to listen to her voicemail. Jennifer, darling, why aren't you picking up? It's urgent. Call me back immediately. I'm Jennifer, 33, and somehow I've become the bang for my family. It wasn't out of choice, but through years of manipulation and the heavy burden of being the successful one. The phone vibrated once more. This time I picked up. Mom's voice crackled through. I've been trying to reach you all morning. I was in a meeting, Mom. What's wrong? Nothing's wrong, exactly. We just need a small favor, she began, her voice dripping with sweetness. A sure sign a request for money was coming. The mortgage is due next week, and your father's hours were cut again. I pressed my fingers to my temples. Mom, I just covered your mortgage for months ago. You promised that was the last time. But, darling, we're family. Family helps each other. Besides, you're doing so well with your business. What's a few thousand to you? A few thousand? Just like last month for Emily's car, and the time before that for Dad's medical bills. It's always just a few thousand that's draining my savings. I whispered. What was that? She asked. I can't keep doing this. I said, louder this time. Oh, before I forget, she interrupted. Emily needs new furniture for her apartment. Nothing fancy, just a living room set. I told her you'd help. My grip on the pen tightened until it snapped, ink staining my fingers blue. You told her what? She saw that lovely leather sofa in your office and thought you'd help her get something similar. She's your sister, after all. I stared at my sofa, a symbol of my hard work. No, I blurted out. Excuse me? Mom sounded shocked. No, Mom, I can't do this anymore. I'm not an ATM. Silence. Then her voice came back, cold and sharp. After everything we've done for you, this is how you repay us? By being selfish. Selfish? I laughed, though it felt more like a sob. I've given you over $80,000 this year. I've put off buying a house and delayed starting a family, all to support everyone else. How is that selfish? Where's your family? She shouted. Family takes care of each other. When has anyone taken care of me? When's the last time anyone asked if I was happy or if I needed help? Now you're unhappy with your fancy office and your expensive furniture? Some people would be grateful. Grateful? I stood pacing. I built this business from scratch while you and Dad gave Emily money for college. I lived on ramen to make this happen, and now you act like my success is yours to distribute. No, Mom, how dare you? I'm done. No more money. No more guilt trips. No more being treated like a walking checkbook. You'll regret this, she hissed. When your father and I are out on the street, when Emily can't pay her bills, you'll regret being so heartless. I looked at my ink-stained hands and the broken pen. The only thing I regret is not saying no sooner. The line went dead. My phone lit up with texts from Emily, calling me selfish. I blocked both their numbers, my hands shaking, but my mind clear for the first time in years. Then I called my best friend, Shirley. Hey, I said when she answered. Remember how you told me I needed to set boundaries? I think I just blew them all up. Her warm laugh filled the line. Girl, it's about time. Want to grab a coffee and talk about it? Yes, I really do. For the first time in years, I felt like I could breathe. My phone buzzed yet again. This time it was Dad. Jennifer, please call your mother. She's very upset. We need your help this month. As my hand started shaking, Shirley grabbed the phone. We're setting boundaries right now. What are you doing? I asked, anxiety rising. Writing an email. Listen to this. Dear Mom and Dad, I love you, but I can no longer provide financial support. My previous help was given freely, but it has become unhealthy for all of us. I'm happy to continue our relationship based on mutual respect and love, but financial aid is off the table. Love, Jennifer. I can't send that. I protested weakly. Watch me. She hit send before I could stop her. There. Now let's deal with your sister. As if on cue, the cafe door chimed, and Emily stormed in. her face flushed with anger. How could you? She demanded, drawing glares from nearby tables. Mom's crying her eyes out. I felt myself shrinking, but Shirley nudged my foot under the table, a silent reminder to stand tall. Emily, I said, my voice steady. This isn't the place. No, this is exactly the place. You sit here in your designer clothes, sipping fancy coffee, while our parents struggle. What kind of daughter are you? Shirley started to stand, but I touched her arm, signaling I could handle it. I'm the kind of daughter who's exhausted from being used. The kind who's given everything until there was nothing left. The kind who's finally learning to say no. As for the furniture, buy your own. Get a job, take out a loan, do what adults do. Her face crumpled. But I can't. My credit's shot, and no one's hiring in my field. That's not my problem anymore, I said. The words were unfamiliar, but felt right. Fine, she spat. But don't come crying to us when you're all alone with nothing but your money. As she left, an elderly woman nearby spoke up. Good for you, dear. I wish I'd had your courage years ago. My phone vibrated. Another message from Mom, harsher this time. How dare you send such a cold email? After everything we've sacrificed for you, you're no daughter of mine. Shirley read it and whistled. Wow, she went nuclear. They did make sacrifices, I admitted, feeling a twinge of guilt. Yes, they did. That's what parents do. But you repaid them many times over. Now they're using those sacrifices to manipulate you. Feeling nauseous, I said, it's hard setting boundaries. It's hard to live as everyone's ATM, Shirley replied. You're doing the right thing. Then Dad texted, your mother's blood pressure is sky high. If anything happens, it's on you. Something inside me hardened. They want to play hard? Fine. Let's see how they manage without their cash cow. That's my girl, Shirley said, raising her coffee cup. To boundaries and backbone. We clinked cups, despite the tremble in my hands, to freedom. Little did I know, this was just the beginning of the storm. Later, during a business meeting, Kevin, a respected consultant, reviewed my proposal. Your numbers are impressive, Jennifer, but you're playing it too safe. What do you suggest? I asked, ignoring another call, probably Mom using a different number. Think bigger. Expansion, strategic partnerships. You've built a solid foundation. Now it's time to grow. It's time to expand your empire, Kevin said, sliding a business card across the desk. Meet with Margaret Thomas. She's seeking tech partners. I nearly choked on my water. Margaret Thomas? She's my biggest rival. Exactly. She'll be either your greatest ally or your worst nightmare. Your choice. Before I could reply, the office door burst open. Emily stormed in, tears ruining her mascara. They're foreclosing on the house. Mom and Dad are going to be homeless, and it's all your fault. Kevin raised an eyebrow but remained silent, taking a deep breath. I remembered Shirley's advice on boundaries. Emily, this is a private business meeting. You need to leave. No, not until you fix this. You have the money. I stood, my voice firm. Security! Please escort my sister out. You heartless! Emily lunged, but security was quicker, guiding her out as she shouted, You will regret this. Money has changed you. After she was gone, Kevin whistled. Family business? Something like that. I replied, straightening my jacket. Don't apologize, but this is why you need to think bigger, he urged, tapping the business card. Hours later, I met with Margaret Thomas in her sleek downtown office. She was younger than I expected, in her early 40s, with a piercing gaze. Kevin speaks highly of you, Margaret started, skipping small talk, but I'm not convinced. Excuse me? Your firm is successful, but you play it safe, like someone scared to take real risks, she said, pulling up my financials on her tablet. My financial decisions are my own, I retorted, feeling my cheeks heat. If we're to be partners, that changes. She leaned in. I don't care about your family drama. I care about business, and you're letting personal issues hold you back. You don't know me. I know enough. You've been financially supporting your family, turning down major opportunities, because you lack capital. Are you ready to change that? Silence fell as she laid out her offer. We merge our consulting divisions. You lead the expanded operations into 3 new markets within 20 months. No more playing safe. And if I say no, I'll acquire your biggest clients one by one until your firm is just a footnote in my company's history. My phone buzzed with another guilt-ridden email from Mom. Ignoring it, I asked, "When do we start?" Margaret's smile widened. "Now, let's talk numbers." As we discussed the terms, I set one condition. I want complete autonomy over my division, no interference, regardless of any personal drama. "Deal," Margaret laughed. "Welcome to the big leagues, Jennifer." Signing the contract, I felt empowered. My phone lit up again. A text from Dad. "Your mother's in the hospital. Stress-induced panic attack. Hope you're happy with yourself." For the first time, I turned my phone face down, choosing my future over their manipulation. "Ready to shake things up?" Margaret extended her hand. "More than ready," I replied, gripping her hand. The game was changing, and I was playing to win. When the merger made headlines, my office door slammed open. Mom stood there, waving the newspaper. "So this is why you abandoned us." I pressed the security button. "How did you get past reception?" "I told them I was your mother. You seem to have forgotten that." "Ma'am, you need to leave." The security guard intervened. "Don't you dare," Mom shrieked. "I carried you for 8 months. I sacrificed everything for you." My phone rang again as security escorted her out, her cries echoing down the hallway. My daughter, my flesh and blood. I was still shaken when Margaret walked in shortly after. "Interesting show in the lobby," she remarked dryly. "I'm so sorry," I muttered. "Don't apologize. Just handle it. We can't have family drama disrupting business." As Margaret left, my phone rang again. It was Emily. "Before you start," I said, "I'm not discussing Mom's in the emergency room again," she interrupted, her voice tense. "Real this time, not just for show. Dad's with her. They're running tests." My stomach dropped. "What kind of tests?" "Cardiac. The doctor says stress is literally killing her. Are you happy now?" "That's not fair," I replied, feeling defensive. "You know what's not fair? I lost my job last week. The startup I was at tanked. I can't make rent. Mom and Dad are losing their house. And you're out there celebrating your fancy merger. Your financial problems are not my responsibility." I said, trying to remain calm. "No." Mom and Dad drained their retirement funds, putting me through college. They remortgaged their house to help you start your business. That was their choice, and now you're choosing to let them suffer. Emily cried out. "Mom might be dying, and you're sitting in your upscale office like we don't exist." "I'm not ignoring you. I'm setting boundaries," I stated. "Is that what your rich friends call abandoning your family?" she retorted, her voice bitter. "What happened to you, Jennifer? You used to care about someone other than yourself." The word stung. I still care, but I can't continue supporting bad choices. "Save it for your therapist," she snapped before hanging up. I sat in silence until Shirley's call snapped me back. "Your sister's blasting you on Facebook," she said bluntly. I pulled up the post. "My sister made millions today while our mother lies in the hospital. Money truly changes people. Remember this post when she tries to act self-made. She built her success on our family's sacrifices and then abandoned us when we needed her most." The comments were brutal. Old family friends, distant relatives, and even business contacts expressing shock and disappointment. "They're using shame to manipulate you," Shirley insisted. "But what if they're right? What if I'm being selfish?" I questioned. "Stop. Remember why you set these boundaries. Remember the constant anxiety, the sleepless nights worrying about their next crisis. You're not being selfish. You're being responsible." As we spoke, my office door opened again. It was Dad, looking weary. "I'll call you back," I told Shirley. Hanging up, he stood there, aged and defeated. "Your mother's asking for you, Jennifer. I know you're done supporting us financially, but she's scared." I glanced at a family photo from happier times on my desk. I can't go back to how things were, Dad. I know, he sighed. But is this how you want things to end? With security guards, Facebook fights, and emergency room visits. His question lingered, heavy with years of complex family history. Before I could answer, my phone buzzed, an urgent message from Margaret about a meeting with major investors, insisting that the family drama be resolved. I looked at my father, the headlines of my success, and the harsh Facebook posts. Something had to give. But what? Then Shirley called back, pacing in my office. Your mother's spreading rumors that you embezzled money from a family. 3 clients have called, asking if it's true. Caught between my future and my past, I realized no easy answers lay ahead. I was deep into reviewing an investor presentation when Shirley interrupted. Check your email. Someone forwarded a message from your mom to your entire extended family. It's creative. The email claimed I had stolen my dad's supposed inheritance to start my business, detailing fictitious repayments and broken promises. This is insane, I muttered. There was never any inheritance. My grandparents passed away with nothing. She's desperate, Shirley pointed out, and desperate people tell desperate lies. As we talked, my phone lit up with a call from Margaret. I see, Jennifer. Care to explain why I'm fielding calls about financial fraud? It's not true. It's my mother. I don't care who... Margaret cut in sharply. Fix this today. She hung up. I leaned against the cool glass of my office window, feeling the weight of the city below. What am I supposed to do? Sue my mom? If necessary, Shirley replied. But first, let's get ahead of the story. A knock at my door heralded Kevin's grim entrance. I assume you've seen the emails about the fake inheritance theft? Yeah, I'm on it. No, it's about your sister's fund page. He showed me the page on his tablet. Help save our family home. My millionaire sister won't help. Paired with childhood photos and tales of my supposed abandonment. It's viral in the local business community, Kevin explained. People are questioning your character. This is ridiculous. I stood, anger rising. They're trying to destroy what I built because I stopped being their ATM. Shirley spoke slowly. Actually, this might be exactly what we need. What do you mean? You've been quiet. They've used that silence against you. Maybe it's time to tell your side of the story. Kevin nodded. She's right. Use the investor meeting tomorrow. Turn into a press conference and announce your new charitable foundation. My what? Your foundation. The one you'll start to help families develop financial literacy and independence. Show you're not against helping. You're against enabling destructive behavior. That's actually brilliant, I admitted. It gets better, Shirley added. Invite your family. Let them try their theatrics in front of the press. My phone buzzed with another message from Emily. The fund is at $220,000. People deserve to know what kind of person you really are. Set up the press conference. I decided, make sure every local news outlet gets an invitation. The next 30 hours were a whirlwind. By morning, the foundation paperwork was filed, the press release was drafted, and the conference room was ready. As reporters filed in, I spotted my family sneaking into the back row. Mom was dressed to evoke sympathy, clutching a handkerchief. Margaret appeared at my elbow. Born ready? She whispered. More than ever. I replied, stepping up to the microphone. Thank you for coming today. I'm proud to announce the creation of the Financial Freedom Foundation, dedicated to breaking the cycles of family financial dependence. My mom's face went pale. This cause is deeply personal, I continued. For years, my success was used against me by those closest to me. I face emotional blackmail and public slander, all for setting healthy boundaries. Reporters turned to my family. This isn't about revenge. It's about change. The foundation will provide education, counseling, and support for those struggling with financial codependence. Sometimes, saying no is the most loving thing we can do. Emily stood to interrupt, but Dad pulled her back. Questions. I asked. A reporter raised his hand. Is it true your family started a fund, claiming you abandoned them? Why don't you ask them? They're right here. Cameras swiveled to my family, who were quickly overwhelmed by reporters. Well played. Margaret whispered as investors nodded in approval. Watching my family retreat, chased by journalists, I realized this wasn't just about impressing investors anymore. This was about reclaiming my narrative. For the first time since this ordeal began, I felt truly powerful. I was reviewing some feedback from the public on our foundation's outreach when my office phone rang. The receptionist sounded anxious. "Miss Jennifer, your father's here, and he says it's urgent." I nodded to Shirley to send him up. Dad looked weary as he entered, a stark contrast to the formidable presence he once was. "We need to talk," he began. "About the fund or Mom's inheritance stories?" He sighed heavily and sat down. "Your mother's not doing well, Jennifer. Her blood pressure is sky high. She's talking about selling her wedding ring to pay bills. That's manipulation, Dad. You know it," I said, though my voice softened, seeing his distress. "Maybe," he admitted, rubbing his face. "But a foreclosure notice is real. We have 35 days. And you came here expecting what exactly?" I asked, trying to keep my tone neutral. He glanced around my luxurious office. "I don't know anymore. Your mother always managed our finances. I just worked and handed over my paycheck, never questioned it. That stops now," I said firmly. "I'm done enabling, but I will help you help yourself." "What does that mean?" he asked cautiously. I handed him a folder I had prepared for this very scenario. The Foundation's first initiative includes financial counseling, job placement assistance, and debt management programs. But there are conditions. Mom needs to attend therapy. Both of you must take financial literacy classes, and emotional manipulation has to stop completely. He looked at the folder skeptically. "She'll never agree." "Then you have a choice to make. Stay trapped in her financial chaos or take control of your own life." His hands trembled as he reached for the folder. "And Emily?" "Same offer. But the money games end now. Your mother will see this as a betrayal." "No, Dad. The real betrayal was teaching me that love means emptying my bank account on demand." He stood slowly. "I'll think about it." After he left, Shirley squeezed my shoulder. "You okay?" Before I could answer, my phone buzzed. It was a text from Emily. "Dad told us about your offer. Are you going to make our parents jump through hoops for help? You've changed." I typed back, "Yes, I have. I'm no longer financing anyone's poor choices. The offer stands if you want real change." Her reply was swift. "Keep your charity. We don't need your condescending help." "They'll come around," Shirley said, reading over my shoulder. "Maybe, but I'm done waiting for their approval." My phone rang again. It was Margaret. "The charity gala is confirmed for next month. Every major player in the industry will be there. Your family drama better not overshadow it." "It won't," I assured her. "In fact, I'm sending them invitations." "Are you insane?" "Trust me, they need to see what they're up against." After hanging up, I drafted formal, professional invitations. "You are cordially invited to the Financial Freedom Foundation's inaugural gala." "You're playing with fire," Shirley warned. "No, I'm taking control of the narrative. If they want to make this public, fine. Let's see how their victim story plays in front of 255 business leaders." Replies came within hours. Mom was furious. Emily was sarcastic and eager to challenge, and Dad was reconsidering the help offered. I forwarded Dad's message to our foundation's counselor, then turned to Shirley. "Want to help me pick out a gala dress? Something that screams successful and unbothered." "Girl, I thought you'd never ask." As we left, Mom texted a final threat. Shirley looked concerned, but I reassured her. "No, for the first time, I'm not afraid of their threats." "Why?" "Because their power only worked when I gave them my fear, and I'm not afraid anymore." Dad texted again, signing up for the financial literacy class quietly. Maybe there was hope after all. I mused, just not in the way I'd always imagined. With the gala just weeks away, let them plot. This time, I'd be ready. The gala ballroom sparkled with more than just decor. It spotlighted my newfound strength and resolve. At the entrance, in a midnight blue gown, I felt powerful. Security was tight, and cameras were live streaming to thousands online. Margaret joined me, noting the impressive turnout, including the governor. Just then, my mother and Emily made a dramatic entrance. "There she is," my mother announced loudly, wearing her oldest church dress, aiming to draw sympathy. "My millionaire daughter who wants to teach us about money." As expected, people turned, capturing the moment on their phones. I approached them calmly, aware of the cameras. "Mom," Emily, welcome. "Your table is this way. Don't you dare act polite now." Mom snapped, her voice rising. "Please lower your voice," a security guard warned. "Or what? You'll throw me out like she did?" Mom retorted. From across the room, I saw my dad, looking distressed yet resolute. It seemed the counseling was helping. "Mom," I said quietly, offering her a choice, join respectfully or leave. Emily started recording, urging our mother to expose me. "Go ahead, Mom. Show everyone who she is." Turning to the gathered crowd, I clarified, "Let me tell you who I really am. I'm someone who, last year alone, gave over $80,000 to help my family with their expenses, postponing my dreams." "How dare you?" Mom shouted. "I've realized true love isn't about enabling destructive behaviors." I continued. "That's why this foundation exists, to help break the cycles of financial abuse." "Liar." Mom reached into her purse and pulled out a stack of papers, claiming they were proof of theft. "Let her speak." I insisted, letting everyone hear. Mom waved the papers, alleging they were bank statements about a non-existent inheritance. "That inheritance never existed." Dad interjected, joining me. "I'm done lying and watching you manipulate our daughter." The room fell silent, cameras clicking. Dad shared how the foundation had helped him gain financial independence and start counseling. "You've turned against me too," Mom accused, shaking. "No, Mom," I said softly. "He's chosen health like I did, and like you can too." Emily, skeptical, dismissed our efforts as abandonment. I explained the foundation's offerings: counseling, education, job training, all tools for financial independence, but only for those willing to change. In a last-ditch effort to hurt me, Mom lashed out with a personal attack, claiming I had unethically advanced my career. Security then escorted her and Emily out. Margaret reassured me that couldn't have gone better if we'd scripted it. Every false claim and real offer of help is now on record. Dad apologized for not standing up sooner. "You're standing up now, and that's what counts." As the night concluded, I felt a sense of liberation, not just from the money raised or connections made, but from breaking free from the past. As I closed the event, I saw Dad in the audience, proud and hopeful. Outside, Mom and Emily faced their own choices, just as I had. The next morning, as Shirley and I walked into the newly converted Foundation Center, the fresh start was palpable. The old office building had transformed, fittingly, into a place of new beginnings. I was in the middle of a conversation about self-reliance when my phone vibrated with a message from Emily. She excitedly informed me that she completed her job training and secured 3 interviews for the coming week. She's stepping up, I thought, sharing her news with Shirley. This is her 3rd program. I noted. Just then, my dad arrived, looking more vibrant than I'd seen him in a long time. He'd found his calling as a counselor in our support group, helping others transition from financial dependence to self-sufficiency. With his divorce nearly finalized, he was embracing a new chapter of independence. As we walked to our group meeting, I asked, "How's Mom deal with everything?" "She still feels I left her behind," he replied with a heavy heart. "But I'm holding my ground." The meeting room was already bustling as people gathered, their faces reflecting the struggles I once knew too well. My dad opened the session, focusing on guilt-free boundary setting. That's when Mom stormed in, accusing Dad of bad-mouthing her in these sessions. "Mom, this is private. You can set up your own time to talk." I interjected firmly. "I don't need therapy. I want my family back," she protested, turning to the others to claim I had abandoned them in their time of need. An elderly woman rose to speak, sharing her path of blaming her family for setting healthy limits and where that had led her, to loneliness. Seeing Mom's face soften, the woman's story seemed to strike a chord. "I don't know how to change," Mom whispered, a crack in her usual facade. We're here to help, not to judge, Dad reassured her gently. Hesitantly, Mom reached for the counseling folder I had offered before. I'm not sure I can change, she murmured. It's okay, the elderly woman comforted her. We all doubted our ability to change at some point. May I stay? Mom asked, almost timidly. Absolutely, I assured her as Dad resumed guiding the session. Meanwhile, my phone lit up with updates from Margaret about business milestones and Emily about her first paycheck from her new job. Each message was a reminder of our journeys, mine, Emily's, and even Mom's, from fear and obligation to empowerment and peace. As I sat next to Mom, she remained silent, yet she didn't withdraw. Our story wasn't wrapped up neatly. A change like ours takes time. But it was a true beginning, founded on transparency and resilience rather than coercion and dependency. For now, that was everything we needed.